without further ado, it's time to get into the hypocrite of the week. This week's hypocrite of the week is going to a pastor who got caught with his pants down boning one of his members of his congregation's wife and got caught on tape. And I just gotta play the video, man, because I can't. You just gotta see it. So we'll go into that, and you guys just let me know if you can see and hear it.
Story of a man of God who was allegedly caught in the act, pants down. The pastor is said to have been found in bed with a woman believed to be his black member. The man, claiming to be the woman's husband, rained blows on her as shocked residents watched. Ian Wafula reports on the incident that has rattled the Anglican Diocese here in Nairobi.
Not only were emotions running high, but also the blows and kicks at every turn. Husband, let's call him Mr. X, allegedly found his wife, Mrs. Y, sleeping with his good-time friend and a church pastor. A development, he says, confirms his long-held suspicion that she was playing games with him.
But
while Mrs. Y was on the receiving end, the church pastor, on the other hand, was wondering whether to hide his face or the rest of his body. Even more awkward, the two were forced to pose for a photo shoot session, after which it was time to dress up. Pastor from ACK Pumwani, however, kept his protests, claiming the woman lured him to this lodging under the pretext that she needed urgent prayers since she was not feeling well. And then they all left. Surprisingly, husband and his pastor friend walked out gracefully to their vehicles and drove out. What happened at King Castle Inn was meant to stay at King Castle Inn. Well, not anymore. The Anglican Church says it has begun investigations into the incident and that stern disciplinary actions will be taken against the pastor if the claims are proved to be true.
Hold on.
Right.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Did they just literally say that the King Castle Inn is the Vegas of Uganda or wherever they're at?
Yes, they did. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and talk about this. So, this husband, basically, he thought that his wife may have been cheating on him. I guess he stalked her or whatever, and he's videoing this. He ends up at the King Castle Inn. What happens at the King Castle Inn stays at the King Castle Inn, and he finds out that his wife is in there getting it on with the pastor. And then not only does he not even say anything to the pastor, he beats his wife right there on camera, kicks her and punches her a couple nice blows there, and then he walks out like a fucking boss with the pastor like nothing ever happened.
Well, I mean, I love the pastor's excuse, though. I mean, it's like, oh, she lured me here, and she said that she needed prayers, and so I thought, well, why don't we have sex? Because, you know, that's what I always think. It's like, oh, you're having some trouble. Why don't we bump uglies?
As Brendan says, it's the ultimate get out of jail free card. He says that all the time, and it's so true. Like, oh, he's like, oh gosh, like, oh, she lured me here. Like, oh man.
I walked into the room, and then all of a sudden my pants and clothes, they all fell off, and then all of hers fell off too, and it was God. Jesus was standing there, and he said, "It's for you, sir. You've been a good servant."
Let me just say, too, I mean, it must have been some good stuff, because did you see that look on her face? Like, she wasn't even upset. She was just, oh, man, she was just grinning like, yeah, and then she went over like a boss and, like, posed with the pastor, too, for the photo shoot. Nice. Brendan.
Yeah, that must that looked like the Kenyan version of Cheaters over there going on that reality TV show. Yeah, that was pretty nice. They're doing some investigative work, but no, seriously. The guy couldn't even own up to it. He's like, yeah, I was lured here under false pretenses. I had to show up at this motel for prayer requests. I mean, obviously that's where all prayer requests occur, I would think, you know. They don't come to the church for that, or, you know, you don't come to their house. You got to go meet them at a hotel because that makes sense. I'm surprised she didn't say that she needed some plumbing work done or something, you know. But maybe that was a euphemism. I don't know. But yeah, that's just yeah. And what's up? So the guy just wails away on his wife, and then they just walk out, and like nothing ever happened. And that's just amazing. Wow, that's fantastic right there.
The thing that he says is, "This confirmed my suspicions. Like my wife has been cheating on me. Not my pastor is boning my wife. Like." Not only do we have this as an issue in society, we're not even going to touch on it. The cheating partner is always at fault no matter what, and that's just simply not the case. But this pastor, and we continue to say this every week, this is the point of the Hypocrite of the Week, don't place your hopes and your faith in religious leaders because they are just like us, and they are more easily corrupted because now they are in this position of power. And people in positions of power have been scientifically proven through different studies that they will abuse this power. So I just have to mention again that this guy, like, he walked out like a boss with his pastor. I mean, just did you see that swag walk they had going on? Like, yeah, we proved she was a cheater. Let's get on out of here and gracefully get into the car.
Come on, homie, let's go. I know she tricked you. She tricked me too. Let's go.
And I like how they add in at the end.
I think maybe the husband and the passter had a little something going on.
Well, no.
Yeah, maybe they did.
Well, no. At the beginning of it, didn't he say it's like did he say good time friend or long time friend? I don't know. Either one, it sounds a little homoerotic.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was just gonna say maybe vicious. It looks like to me that maybe the pastor and the husband had a little something going on, and they were like, "Yeah, we got her out of here. Now we can go ahead and do our thing." And I like at the end of the newscast, they're like, "Yeah, if the allegations are proved to be true, you know, they will investigate and they will take action against him." Like, what more evidence do you need?
Yeah, but and obviously they didn't show us the whole video. They just showed us the end of the video. He came in with his camera just recorded. They got it, but they had to add on the end, you know, because you can't accuse a pastor of being not a man of God. So especially in Africa, where some countries over there in Africa are like 93% Christian. So you know you can't go against the pastor. They wield power. But I mean, that video is going to stick in my mind because the wife, man, I don't know. It just seems like there was something more. The way she was grinning, like...
Cause she had the whole hashtag worth it, like, written on her face or something like that.
Yeah. So, for,
At least I felt something.
Okay, so for boning, a member of your congregation's wife getting caught doing it on video, not showing any remorse, then walking out like a fucking boss with the husband, like, yeah, swag walking out. I'm stamping this pastor with Hypocrite of the Week.
Well, you know, I do have to say, at least he didn't have AIDS like that pastor here in Alabama.
We don't know that yet.
Huh? Oh, we don't. Yeah. No. Yeah. Good point. We don't. They didn't say anything about his health condition, so I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't. I'd feel really bad for her if he does.
Let me also go ahead and stamp the husband, and we don't really have an Idiot of the Week award, but let me go ahead and stamp him with Idiot of the Week for walking out like a boss with the guy who just boned your wife. Come on, man.